up and sit down.
I'm going to attempt to walk you through exactly what I did to build this and what I am in hopes of getting in return money-wise. I'm hoping to get at least baby Qs, which is the QD. I know plainly I get, I think it's very high billions into the trillions. This is where you were going to put your ore. And with my builds, most of my builds, you place your ore down and you pick it up so that you don't have a abundance of ore. Because the way that the flamethrower, or not the flamethrower, the flaming ore scanner works, you need it to, your ore to be in the center. And if you have an abundance of ore in the center, you're going to get ore that's going to be caught on fire that will not be put out by the Freon suppressors. It goes through here, hops up on the ramp to get to the middle section, as I said, so that if it lines up properly with the flaming ore scanner, it will be caught on fire. We have this, which is another item that you can buy. Both of these you could buy. The flaming ore scanner is a little bit more high-end, so you may not get that right away. This is a little lower end. This catches the ore on fire, which is why it's right before the Freon suppressor. Or, I'm saying Freon suppressor, but Freon-Blast, whatever. I say suppressor because it gets rid of the fire. The Rainbow Upgrader is something that's a spun item. I don't believe that you can buy it. If you could buy it, it would be for UC. It wouldn't be for actual cash. So, as always, my setups involve loops. With the circle, you will need a reversible conveyor. You can get them via buying UC or spinning. Those are the only two ways that you can get this. You're going to want it to be able to be faced on the bottom right-hand corner of your circle, so that, like, I consider this the bottom right-hand corner of my circle, because this is how I look at it. My ore comes in over there, bottom right-hand corner, and that's because it will always be turned on at the red position. I will show you later on why that's important. It goes through these portable flamethrowers. Again, not a necessity, but if you do have them because they are a spin item or a UC item, go ahead and use them, because basically you're just adding money to the ore little by little, adding the price up. I think it's about 5,000. It adds to each ore as it passes through this. So put as many as you have on here. You will want a Freon blast after that so that it stops the fire. Again, just so that you are aware, we do use a ramp coming off of this line, because the ramp does put the ore in the middle of the next ramp that it will be lined up for, so it will be able to hit the Freon and be turned off. Go ahead and put a digital ore cleaner in, because again, you're using lower end ore, so the digital ore cleaner will work, and it's a definite bonus to get that little extra added amount to it. Ore passes through this, the flaming ore scanner. It will only scan an ore once, so that will start blinking first. Then this particular, the precision refiner, will blink next. Once it's blinking, that means the machine is no longer working. The next machines to start blinking will be the digital ore cleaner and the rainbow upgrader. Both of those machines stop working at the exact same time. The Freon-Blast will be the last and final thing to stop working in this circle. Once everything in this circle starts blinking, you're going to flip it over. By activating this, it'll flip the ore over. Watch for it to go over to the next section. Once it's done, flip it back so it's in the ready position for the next time the ore comes around to this circle. This circle is my basic, I'm just making up words left and right. My basic upgrading section. I use any of these portable ore advancers. I normally only buy 4 or 5 of these. I have a Cursed Ore Purifier. I run 1 to 2 of these. Again, this is something that you can buy. It basically will not blink. It will just continue to add an amount to the ore every time it passes through. The Doritos and Mountain Dew professional upgrader. I just call it the Doritos upgrader. This is something that is spun in a box. So if you don't have this, that's fine. If you do have it, you can just put one because once the ore goes through a maximum of 4 times, the upgrader will no longer work and it will begin to blink. This particular one is the Industrial Ore Welder. This is the newest upgrade that was released. I don't really know too much about it other than the ore can only be upgraded once by it, and it is coal run, so you do need coal going into it at all times. I normally run 4 basic coal machines. Well, I normally run 2 of the triple ones because I've gotten them in spins, but if you don't have those, 4 basic ones that you buy will work perfectly and keep the machine on at a steady rate, and you will not have any issues. And then the last one is, let me hop over here so we can get it, the Orbital Upgrader. You only need one of these. It is one of the most expensive items. This one and the flame one in the very beginning, I forgot what it was called, but the one that goes back and forth, the first machine it passes through. These 2 are the most expensive for this build other than the Schrodingers. And now, as I was saying, how I like things in the bottom right hand corner is because then it will be in the red section to send the ore the right way. This is why it's very important to do that. This particular one is put in the wrong setting, so every time I start this up, I have to come over here and activate this first, because I need the ore to go to the blue side first. And the reason being is that's my Schrodingers. From the Schrodingers, at this moment in time, I have 15 set up in this very small box. Use roughly between 10 and 15 of these Schrodingers. You do not need all 15. You can't use more than 15, and you want to get at least 10 to start seeing a difference in your ore cost. Goes through the Schrodingers, the first sweep. Go back around to the beginning of the circle, and you're going to go through the exact same steps. You're going to watch for everything to start blinking. Once it's gone through the Schrodingers, though, most of these machines will not work. I'm not positive exactly if all of the machines are going to work or if they're not going to work. I have seen people put these purple ones and the red ones before and after Schrodingers. I use this as a gathering so I can run multiple, because this particular one you need a small grouping. This particular one you can have as many as you want, and for it to go through the Schrodingers, it can be as many as you want, and you're going to come out with a smaller amount, so it'll be ready for the second time, even if you put like 3 or 4 loops and send it to your furnace. And my furnace lineup is 3 of these ore zappers. You can only use 3 of them, but it multiplies the ore exponentially. You also then want to go up a larger ramp, and the reason being is with the larger ramp, you want to put the Ore Replicator at the larger ramp, kind of in this position. Make sure that the actual body of it is in this very small triangle section that the ore does not meet. That's how I remember which side to put it on as I'm setting it up. And you kind of want the arm of it to overhang and part of that little box where the ore gets replicated and pushed out kind of into the ramp. And the reason is this is the perfect setup for once your ore comes up, it will be replicated, so you have 2 of them. So if you get that one ore from the Schrodingers that is a QD, you will double your profit without having to do anything. And then this is a Radioactive Refiner. This is another item that you can buy. I put it right at the end of my furnace so that it can go straight into the furnace from here. And this particular furnace is a higher end furnace. You will either be using one of these furnaces or the Dream Maker. So you will either want to use the Dream Maker, or if you have the money to buy the bigger one, the big QN, if you're going for bigger QNs, you want to use the Shrine of Penitence. If you have spun by chance I call it the pirate ship, I know that's not what it's called, the Sunken Pass, always use the Sunken Pass. So far, out of all of the furnaces I have used, this is the best one to have. I'm going to pass the ore through just once so that you guys can see exactly how much it is just going through one time. Now, ore-wise, what you want to use is basically either the Painite or use the Unobtanium ore. The Unobtanium ore is, I think, more than the Painite. I'm not positive. Don't quote me. But you could use either or, and it would work. So you want to watch it. You want to select it and kind of run over while it's still selected. Once it reaches this corner with this particular length of the setup, either way, you want to pick the machine up so it's not there anymore. And that lines it up so you have one nice single file line of ore. There will be no buildup. You shouldn't lose any ore at all. And like from it burning out from the flame, as you can see, it's going through the center of each one. It's being dropped in the center of each one, and it's getting the maximum amount of updates. It will come over here, go through our ore zappers, all 3 of them. Let me hop over, you can make sure you can watch. It will be duplicated, as you can see. It goes through the pink. Oh, we are getting trillions and billions. So, dang it. No, I don't want to go in. Stop sending me in. So sorry. Not the best setup. So we were get billions. You did see I did get trillions. Oh, there's still more. We got some lollygaggers. I saw another trillion in there as well. So, we did get actually mid-billions, high trillions. I wasn't expecting that. I hadn't tested it fully just based on itself because I've been trying to get it to go to the little queues. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to not get stuck. I'm going to run through and give it all I can to try to get it to go through the Schrodingers. And I will fast forward through all that. So that you don't have to sit here for an hour and waste your time. So I will see you back in 1 second. We will flip this, and I'm going to go get in position. Should I go this side? And pray that we get to see the number this time. But this time we have 2 ores because last time I didn't have the ore replicator up, so it didn't actually produce the duplicate ore for me. So I lost out on that. So this could help us get the ore and see how much it is. So 9 little queues from this basic setup using only 10 Schrodingers. And basically I doubled that, so it was 18 little queues because of using this machine at the end. This is my setup. This is how my setup works. As I said, it's not necessarily the easiest setup to run because it is very involved and you do have to work with it by switching the switches and watching what you have coming through. And you also have to rely on the luck of the Schrodingers giving you what you want. However, this is the most cost-efficient one I have come up with that works and gets you little queues for you spending the least amount of your money and helping you get to where you need to get by still spending the least amount but still gaining the most that you can. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see me do more builds, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you have something in this setup that you would change or something that you think would aid me in any way so that I can make a change to it and test it out. Leave a comment down below also if there's a setup that you want to see me do, maybe using specific items. Maybe you have a certain reborn item that you want me to incorporate and test out for you. I would love to test them out and check them out for you guys so that you don't have to waste your money in attempts of getting all this stuff and setting it up and having it not work properly. So go ahead and leave a comment for that. If you're new here and you did enjoy your time and you do like these videos, go ahead and click that subscribe button. We're always looking for new ravers to welcome to the family. We would love for you to be a raver with us. As always, until next time, live, die, respawn. I love you, ravers. Bye!
Shut up and sit down.